We could do it again.
We could do it again. That was great. And I was not recording. That's why we need a big ass team. That's why we're creating job with our music. I'm going to use that opportunity to explain why, because you did mention that in part one. So that's going to be part two of the interview or Ervin Mitchell. So interesting. I knew that would be great, but I didn't expect that. And we started the part one talking about technology and how to get organized, how to get shit done in the most efficient manner by having only one app, by using Set More or something to schedule appointment, and by having it synchronized to your Google Agenda. And now we're talking about death. But what is interesting is at some point in the part one, you mentioned how people kind of despise being rich, as if being rich was like being bad. But look at what just happened to us. I forgot to record because I'm so into the conversation and because my job is not to record. My job is to listen to you, and your job is to tell truth to us. You're an artist. You sing songs. You have a message to deliver. That's our jobs. But because we're trying to be humble and we don't have a team to do stuff with us, and thanks to the technology now, phone can do it for us. Still, we can forget. We can forget, and that's how I forgot to record, but we're gonna do it again. So we were talking about death. That was really powerful. So I'm gonna sum up again. So in part one, Irv, you talked about the fact that Black Americans are not like that low on the humanity scale in America, and that oh my God, I can't do it properly again. But long story short, they're not seeing death. You can do it. Maybe you can. Yeah, please wrap up for us.
Basically, what I was saying is, people had this association with being Black people in America had this association with being second best and second rate and all of this, and some of that comes from reality. You know, we were enslaved in this country. We were up until the 60s. We were like we had to drink out of separate water fountains. I obviously never experienced this, so it's a sensitive subject. But I just feel like because we were beaten down so hard, we formed an identity around that. And a lot of times we miss opportunities that we can use to put ourselves in better positions because we're so associated with this the man got us down, the man holding me down. And it's like they'll point out the scenarios where that is happening and is blown out of proportion. It's honed in to make people think like, oh, it's fucked up. But it's like, and because people don't trust their own experience, they put on TV and what somebody else told them about what they think. They don't think like, okay, yeah, I see these people dying and all of this, but I'm walking down the street and it looks pretty safe. So maybe it's a middle ground. It's a little bit of both. I don't need to just be running around thinking on like, oh, the man hates me, every white person. And you know that. And I don't necessarily need to think like I don't need to forget what other people are what's going on, but we need to learn that a lot of this stuff is an individual situation. Yes, there are flaws in the system, obviously. There's that, but it's like, okay, it's like I have a teammate and he's a basketball player and he can shoot really good and he can dribble, but he's not good at rebounding. So, and all I focus on is the fact that he's not good at rebounding, but I forget that he shoots and dribbles so well. So it's like, are we not going to use that just because you can't do this other thing?
Yeah.
Like, so, because this happened. But I really think that really boils down to, and I'm being honest, and this doesn't apply to everybody because there are a lot of people that are dealing with a lot of crazy stuff. Like I saw that documentary about that kid, and they say he stole a backpack or something, and they sent him to jail for like some years for stealing a backpack. I don't even know. Yeah, it's a documentary about it. Jay-Z made it. I don't even know if he actually stole the backpack, and he ended up getting out of jail, but he ended up, I believe, killing himself because. Yeah, Jay-Z did a documentary on it. I forgot his name, but
yeah,
I mean,
two. Oh God, yeah.
Sorry. I never saw it. I'm aware of it, but I couldn't handle that. That's
why I think that's what was happening with me. I was like, you know what? I think I'm conscious enough of all the crazy that is in this world. Yeah, I don't even need to look at each case anymore.
I'm glad I know. I'm glad I know his name, so I can carry his name on and all of that. But I don't have to sit down and watch the movie. I've seen that movie before. enough time.
You know what? I actually made a speech where I was like, I've been in this movie before, and like, it's not even I've seen the movie. I've been the character of this story. So let's just make that change now. You know, like let's just acknowledge that there is a problem and make the change. And that's why I'm grateful for Jay-Z's and people like that who have the means to tell the story, because you need to have the means to do that. And I think that's what I wanted to say at the introduction. When you have the ability to create jobs actually around you to support your artistry or to support whatever your gift is, then you have the means to tell story, because it's overwhelming. The truth is, when you become aware of those things, if you don't have the means, the mental means, but also the money means. That's why I was talking about not stigmatizing rich people. If you don't have the money means and stuff to do it, you cannot do it on your own. That's too much. That's overwhelming. And I was doing the parallel with Cameroon, because I was born in France and everything, but I come from Cameroon. And in Cameroon, if you walk in the street, and I will not speak for the entire country, but me, when I walk around in my city in Cameroon, Douala, at least once a week, I see a gathering for somebody who's dead. I'm talking about the mourning. And I've seen my cousin die in front of my eyes in Cameroon. You see people getting beaten by car. You see car accident really often. You would see a dead body. I mean, you would see a dead body for real throughout the course. You can stay in France 70 years, 100 years and never see a dead body in your life. I think in Cameroon, if you stay 2 years max, you would see a dead body at some point.
That's amazing.
Maybe not a dead body, but a broken body. Like, you would see crazy shit that you would definitely not see in a Western country. I mean, as far as I know.
I mean, you don't. I mean, well, you do see stuff like that here, but it's in certain neighborhoods. You know,
yeah,
like,
that's what I was saying. Like, I'm saying the probability, the likelihood of seeing it in Douala is like, it's the normality. Like, there is no way you spend 2 years and you don't see that.
And that's crazy. And I'm not saying, and it's definitely bad to even see it in little neighborhoods, but it's totally different than seeing it everywhere.
Like, it's relativity. You what you're talking about, you helping people put a perspective on their experience compared to the world experience.
I'm glad that's a word for it, because everything is about.
Yeah, we're gonna write the song together, finding the right words.
Yeah, it's all about perspective, because it's like, that's all that a lot of this stuff is. People think they know a lot of different things, but it's only so much we can know. But our perspective will guide us on it. It's like I can say, like, all the news is a perspective. Somebody could, like, you. That's why you got so many different news stations with so many different perspectives. If you watch this one station all the time and just took it as fact, you would think like that. You'd watch this totally opposite station, you think like that. And it's all talking about the same place. So what's real? And I learned what generally is real is mainly what you see and a little bit of a combination of everything. So it's like a little bit of a combination of all these perspectives. And what you can lean on the most is your own experience, because you're with you all the time. Like I said, like with the sky being blue, like if the whole world said the sky was purple, it's like, no, motherfucker, the sky is blue. And it's like, if I'm the only one saying that the sky is blue, maybe I'm crazy. Like, I can accept that.
You will be called a Daltonian. I don't know what they called in. Oh no, in English it's colorblind. In French we say Daltonia. You know, the people who see the colors differently.
Yeah, but if everybody's saying the sky is purple and I'm saying the sky is blue, I think that's a little more than colorblind. That's
I want to show you this picture. Can you see this picture?
Yeah, I
this
see.
This picture is in my book. It's about perspective. I don't know if it's clear enough. What can you see?
I see a guy on one side with a pyramid thing, and I see and it says true, and I see a girl on the other side with a kind of square shaped thing, and it's like they're both looking at the same thing. He looking at it from this side, the triangle side, and she's seeing it from the bottom, and it's like they're looking at the same thing, and it's both saying truth, and both are true at the same time. But the perspective is totally different. And now they think they at odds with each other. They arguing over who's right, but they both right.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's the personal reflection. Oh my God. Are you for real? When you were in the car, you didn't seem that interesting.
I didn't. Oh, that's not true.
You said it yourself at the beginning. You're an introvert, which means that if we don't actually take the time to be interested in you and ask you question, I think it's important to understand the power of a question, a genuine. I'm not talking rhetorical question. I'm talking genuine, kind, curiosity questions. It's hard to find the treasures in people. You didn't look like. I'm not saying that you look bad. You look like a decent human being,
Yeah.
but you dip, my brother. You dip.
Oh yeah. I am pretty deep.
I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for this, for this. Okay, okay, okay. So are you ready now for me to actually ask you the usual questions on my interview? No, you're leaving us. You're leaving us. You're not there anymore. You probably got a call or something.
Yeah, somebody. I'll put it on Do Not Disturb or something. Yeah, I put it on Do Not Disturb.
So are you ready? Also, all this was kind of, it was not even part of what the interview is about, but are you ready for the honestym.com questions?
Yeah, yeah,
Ervin.
yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah,
first,
yeah.
so first of all, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Ervin
Thank
Mitchell,
you
to
for
be.
the
Yes.
opportunity and the platform, and I'm gonna share this as well. How we package it, and this is something I've been wanting to do is to show people more about me and let them know my perspective. Because I mean, I wouldn't expect anybody to just be able to look at me and know my perspective because it's a very unique perspective. So I really appreciate it.
Pleasure. I think we met for a reason. I met Laurencio. I don't know what he told you about me or not, but Laurencio and I. So I interviewed Laurencio as well for the people who are following my social media and everything. So I met Laurencio because I came to North Carolina because I supposedly had friends here, but things didn't go as planned, and finally I couldn't stay with my friend anymore. And so I started to use Airbnb, which is a platform that allows you to rent a room in somebody's house. And I
Yeah.
ended up in Lorenzo's house. So yeah, that's how we met. So we met, and I told him about all the hardship that I had in America, and also I told him about me being an entrepreneur, having a social business for peace and stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, I love it. I'm an entrepreneur as well. I'm a
That's
consultant."
just
Yeah.
one second, one second, okay. All right, I'm back. My friend just asked me if I wanted to go see DMX tonight. I was like, "What? Hell yeah, I want to go." But
Okay. So long story short, I don't think our meeting is random. So okay. So now I've answered actually the question, which is how do we know each other? It's through Lorenzo. So you are in Atlanta. Please tell us. So thank you. Please tell us, Irv. First of all, how are you today, and who are you? Please introduce yourself.
oh, I'm great today. My name is Ervin Mitchell. I'm a artist, writer, uh, son, grandson, a lot of stuff. We don't got to go that specific, but I'm an artist. I'm a writer. I just create. I'm a rapper. You know, I'm a musician, and I love creating worlds and inviting people into them and showing people a perspective that's not generally represented. You know, showing people that it's okay to be unique. That this thing you're going through, you're not weak because you're going through it. You know, and I just want to show both sides of it because I have like you can be confident and insecure at the same time. You can be
Issa Rae.
yeah, you can have all you can be everything at the same time. We're people, we change, we're fluid. We don't have to identify with just being one thing. And a lot of the things I'm interested in the mainstream as a rapper aren't necessarily what people would say are cool, but what I'm finding is these are the things that people really care about. They're just scared to say that because they don't want to go against the status quo. So I think I was sent here to just kind of spread that message. I'm a vessel of sharing the message of I don't want to sound too cliche, but self-esteem, love, self-love, and just all that type of stuff, like growth.
Amazing. So that's a perfect transition for the next question. So what is your dream? That's the big question for honestym.com, because it's just the idea of peace for honesty is that if each and every one of us spend their days crazy busy building their own dreams, we're all going to be more peaceful toward one another. So that's why I love to ask people, what is your specific dream? What is your dream, Irv?
My dream is my main dream is to share this message that I'm supposed to share with the world. I'm not exactly sure what it is totally. For now, it comes in the form of music. I started off, I was in the band as a little kid in the 6th grade, and I always was a great writer. Like, even when I was like in the 3rd or 4th grade, I was like reading on like a 12th grade level, 10th grade, 11th grade level in the 4th grade. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. It was so natural to me. I thought they were making it up. Like, this is easy. But that was my gift. And then being around the music, the two kind of fused. And I always watched a lot of movies and different things. So, I mean, what I want to do is just get that gift out. I want to live peacefully, and I want to be able to wake up in the morning and do whatever I want to do. I want to be able to help my family. I want my family to be secure for generations on generations. Like, I was watching Derrick Rose documentary, and he was saying when it comes to money, he made so much of it. All he cares about is his family being secure, because, like, or what he had seen or whatever. And he was like, I don't care if 100 years down the road, when and the family asking where we get all this money from, it was like some random dude was playing basketball. Like, like that's the type of thing I want. I want to build a legacy for my family and the
Build the
world.
legacy.
Yeah, build a legacy for my family and the world, and people to build off of. Not just for me to say I have a legacy, because the older I get, the more I realize it doesn't really matter. Like, once you die, the only thing that matters is what you share with the people that are still there. Because you gone. Where you go after that, nobody knows. But it's like, it don't matter how much money you got. It's not yours no more. You got to go to somebody else. It don't matter what you did. All that matters is what you left. So I just want to leave something great for people to grow with, and something to advance humanity and society in a positive direction.
So am I correct? Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for sharing your dream with us. That's a beautiful dream. I'm so honored that I can actually be around it. So am I correct if I say that the language that you use to translate your dreams into a reality is the language of music?
Yes, right now I'm actually wanting to eventually go into writing film screenplays, and maybe some cartoons, maybe some books, novels, whatever, just different platforms, uh, so I can touch different people. Because you might have kids that can't relate to rap music necessarily, but maybe they can relate to fantasy film. Or you
Chilling
might
in the
have,
couch with my niece watching Frozen.
yeah, yeah. So, stuff like that. And I love Disney movies, stuff like that.
Me
Like,
too.
I just want to use all the different mediums that we have. We got so many ways you can create things for people. So many different perspectives can be shown. I'm more of
You
a
know what
visual
I love
person.
to say? I love to say peace. Sorry for cutting your, but I
Mhm.
love to say peace by any means necessary, because there are different streams. Or I like to say express yourself by any means necessary. Not in the sense that it needs to be violence, but you have different ways of expression. You have music, sport, anything. Actually, anything we do is an expression.
Yeah, and I'm an expressive person, so there's no telling what I want to. I mean, the main source is going to be sharing with people so they can advance. But, the realm may change. I really am music right now, and then film,
Yeah.
and, and literary arts and all of that. So that's how I'm about that.
Who do you think what you have to say, your message touches? Who do you think your message touches the most? Who do you think is the part of the humanity who's the most touched and concerned by your message because they can resonate with it really quickly.
What's funny is the people that I've resonated with the most are non-Americans, like people from other countries that might not even be able to speak English. They tell me like, "I love your music. I love it." It's like people like, I guess they may be feeling like their circumstances are really holding them down and keeping them from doing something. And they hear somebody telling them that they can do it. The person that's told, because you're different, you're worth less than this person, you know, and the person who's really thinking like, I don't think that's true. I know I can give more to the world, but how do I do it? Because it's like, if I wanted to go that route, they got like a whole guidebook to that, because that's what everybody does. But this right here that I want to do, nobody's ever done it. How do I do it? And I feel like the person who's doing that is the person I can relate to or resonate with more. And I'm honest and because I don't know how to not be honest. It's not like I'm just this special person and it's easy for me to open up. It's just like, this is how I always been. So it's not like I'm special or something. It's just, I've always been expressive like that. I always liked what I like. People always told me, oh, that's kitty or that's weird. Or it's like, but it's like, that's what I like. You know, so if you want to go do what everybody else is doing, you can go do that. And you can pretend like you're happy if you want to.
Yeah.
I want to be happy for real because I was able to see early on that path that they tell you is supposed to work out for you don't always work out. And then
Preach, my brother. Yeah.
when it doesn't work out, people like to say, "Oh, it was this person's fault or this." But it's like deep down, you chose to do that, you know. So I was like, I'd rather struggle a little bit, growing and building what I want out of life, than to spend that same, maybe even harder work, because it's gonna be harder because you don't want to do it. You just think you have to. So I'm gonna spend all that doing all that just for it not to work out, and I'm gonna be 35 years old, having a midlife crisis, and I now I got kids and a wife and all of this. So now I can't just up and quit. Now I'm stuck. And you're not ever stuck, but you know, I was just like, I'd rather not be in that situation. You
Oh my God, I feel like I'm hearing myself right now. It's
know?
ridiculous. Okay, so what's your definition of honesty?
My definition of honesty is just doing whatever you feel, discovering what you're on this earth for, and doing that thing and allowing that thing to evolve as you grow. Don't feel like you gotta be stuck, like evolving. It's all about evolving. Like,
Yes.
you know, I might make music for the rest of my life. I might stop making music 5 years from now. I don't know, you know, but it's like I'm all about evolving, all about growing, going to that next level, and all about um, you know, responding to life and not reacting to life. Because I feel like that's what's honest. Sitting down with yourself and saying, what am I really doing here? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? What do I want to be? How do I get there? Do I really want it? Like, am I willing to do what it takes? Like, am I willing to? That's what being honest to me is. And, you know, loving and caring about other people and yourself. So I feel like that's the basic, you know, philosophy.
Continuous. Oh,
I was just saying, I think that's about basically it.
continuous improvement. That's my
Yes.
field in continuous improvement. That's my field of engineering. There is a field of engineering that is called continuous improvement. Do you believe that?
I mean, I would hope so.
That's
I
the
don't
field I
know.
choose at school, and it's a beautiful field, and that's why I decided to apply to
I
peace. And
didn't
I
know it
think
was a real field though.
I
That's
didn't know
cool.
neither. I didn't know neither. I was like, okay, I want to get the fuck out of here, and this sounds good, so I'm just gonna go. But that's exactly what you describe, and I'm so grateful for that. Okay, so if you were to give only three key simple advice to your people, to the people, to you said you do it for you, you do it for your family, you do it for the world. Uh, three key advice for us to be more honest, happy, peaceful, and follow what we love. Three
I
key
would say
advice.
the first thing, and I just started doing this one a couple weeks ago, but it's changing everything I do. It's create a morning routine and my routine, it can be different for whoever. But also something this guy named Ed Milet, he was saying, he was like, if you wake up in the morning, first thing you do is just start giving gratitude. Start thinking about little things you're grateful for, even if it's like, I'm grateful I got a pillow on my bed or whatever. And that puts your brain in a space where you're positive, you're optimistic about the future. You're not thinking about what happened yesterday.
Optimistic.
And then he was saying also one thing I do, I try not to, I don't use my phone for 30 minutes or to an hour after I wake up. Just because when you wake up, you start using your phone, you get all reactive, you get all trapped in what people want, and now they controlling your day. You're not controlling your day. It's one thing feeling like you have to respond to a text and feeling like I want to respond to the text. So do that, meditate, drink some water, watch some positive videos, and just whatever your thing is in the morning, work out or whatever you do. The second thing I would say is realize that a phrase I have is like, and I heard it is that there's no reason you're not enough. Because a lot of times with affirmations, it's like people will say, I'm the greatest football player in the world, but it's kind of like you feel like you're lying because you don't see that you're the greatest football player in the world. But if you tell yourself there's no reason I'm not enough, that always applies. Like whatever you're doing, when you start to doubt yourself, it's like, oh dang, it's like there's no reason I'm not enough. So
There's no
even if I'm making a
enough.
mistake right now, this is normal. Like maybe I don't know how to do it yet. You know what I mean? But there's no reason I'm not enough keeps you in there. So just remember that. That's number two. And number three is something that's like all the law of attraction, spiritual people always say, is follow your bliss. And I believe that because if you follow your passion or your bliss, what makes you happy, and you're actually taking practical steps to move forward and you're being honest with yourself about your flaws and where you need to get better, the universe or God, I think it's all the same thing to me personally. But people might differ on that. Everybody has their own philosophy. But I feel like once God sees that you committed to that, stuff just start happening. Like, oh wow, like oh okay, he got up and did that, even though this thing has nothing to do with this. I'm gonna give him this because he did that. Because I really wanted him to do that. Because it's like when you do things and you don't see a reward immediately, but you look at the long term, big things start happening. It's almost like magical. And to add to that, I would say believe in magic and all this kind of stuff. Because it's real. Like I always say, not to get too deep, but if you take a doctor, like let's say you had a story about the witch who's making the little concoction in the brew or whatever with dog's tongue or whatever. We look at that as fantasy. But it's like take a pharmacist, like a doctor that's making medicine, like that's the same thing. It's like we lose touch with it. And it's this book called The Hero with a Thousand Faces that shows that every human being is on their own hero's journey. And it talks about like you might take the story of Luke Skywalker
Yes.
or Katniss Everdeen or Harry Potter or whoever. You can even say
Or
like
some girl,
Eminem.
yeah, the story of Shuri, the story
Yeah,
of
and Black Panther.
Issa Rae in Insecure. Yes.
All of them. Even that, that's something that's more normal. That's not so much like, oh, fantasy. That's just a regular person living life. But even that's the same story. We all going through the same thing. And it's all different phases of it. And the more you can recognize that, the better things get. And you start to see reality and not this false reality that we're told about. Like I don't want to keep going on that too long, but the book basically, well, the book was talking about how Luke Skywalker, even Jesus, even spiritual figures, Buddha, all of them, you follow the arc of their story, it's all about them being separated from the reality they were used to, being plunged into a call to adventure, going out to explore life. They go through trials and they go through everything and they change, they transform, and then they always end up back at home in their regular reality, but it's different now. You're more, you dictate the reality now because you've had that experience, that journey. You're solidified, you're validated, excuse me, you're fulfilled. And I think we should think about that more. Cause like when people tell stories about us, they gonna tell them like these stories Almost stories that we think are like magical and mystical. That's what people are gonna say about us in the future, 1,000 years from now. So we should just think like that now.
You know what I believe? I believe that Mahomet, Buddha, all those people we remember, they're just notable ancestors. You know, as African, we would just, or Cameroonian, we would just say the ancestors in general because we don't have this hierarchy of this one was more important than this one. But I think that in religion and stuff, the one that remember the prophets, they're just one ancestor that have marked the generation, maybe because he was the one to tell the story or to be on the news. Like obviously you will remember the guy who was making the news every day. You know what I mean? Or who was making the weather because you were seeing his face every single day. But what I take from what you just said is to remember that this guy is not more a hero than the guy who actually wrote the script for him to do that, than the woman who's cleaning the office so as every morning he can come
Exactly.
and focus
Exactly.
to do. It's just that is the face of the message, is the result, is the cover of the book. But it
Yeah.
is not more important than each and every single pages
Well,
of in this book.
exactly. And the only difference I notice between people like that is how they see themselves. Because even in the story, it starts to come to a point where it's like, okay, this is what people told you that you were. Are you gonna stay there or are you gonna tell yourself who you are? And that's the only difference. Like you gotta tell yourself who you are and know it's true. And
Yeah.
I actually kind of gotta get out of here in a
Yeah,
second.
that's the wrap up. I just wanna sum up what you just said, the three piece of advice. So you started by morning routine.
Mhm.
Then you said remember that there is no reason that you're not enough. And the
Yeah.
third is follow your dream, follow your passion. You the hero of your own story, and what you do matters for the purpose that has been kind of given to you. You didn't say this, but that's how I heard it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant.
So I'm happy. So thank you so much. Is there a hot news that you want to share with us? How do we contact you? Is there an event soon? How do we come back to you if we want more of your light, if we want to be in touch, if we want to participate in your work or pay you and give you a lot of money?
I'm glad. I'm glad. I appreciate. I really appreciate this. This has been a great experience. I would say follow me on Instagram. At Ervin Mitchell, which is my name. At symbol ErvinMitchell. And also, I just dropped a project called Double Dragon. It's available on all streaming platforms, SoundCloud, Google Play, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube, everywhere. And I'm on all these platforms. Also, follow me on Twitter at Real Erv Mitchell. That's Real RealErvMitchell. And I'll be releasing a lot of content throughout this year. I'm gonna be a lot more active. So yeah, that's where you can check me out.
Thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you again when I come by to Atlanta or something. That'll be great.
Yeah, that's tight. Where are you now?
I'm still at Laurentzio's house. I'm gonna become his roommate, I think.
Oh, you're there? Oh, is
Yes.
he there?
No, he a video game. I don't know what they're doing video games.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, tell him I said what's up, and I
Yeah.
appreciate it. And send me the video too.
You will have the video directly on Skype. That's why I would really advise you to use it as well. I don't know how you work. Like if you want, just maybe follow what I do, and if you want, just come back to me because I feel like we might be able to work together actually.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
Because what I do just in one in very easy is that I actually support people like you. I help people like you to reach the finance and the freedom that they want to. Uh,
Ah, I
yes,
definitely
by
need help with that.
that's what I do by coaching you into either getting bigger client or either being organized and optimized so as you can make even more money out of what you're already doing. So that's what I do.
That sounds perfect. We definitely need to do that.
So you come back to me. I'm working on my attraction people. So I'm not running after people anymore. I've done that for the
Oh,
first year.
it's you're it's all what they say, attract, don't pursue.
Exactly. So seriously, now you know that what I do. You've seen what I can do for you, how I can
Yeah.
transform your honesty into peace. And we will be in touch anyway, but definitely if you think of anything and I can help you with anything, just shoot me a message.
Okay, that's great. That's great. And you have a great day. And everybody watching this, have a great day. I really appreciate y'all. And this has been amazing.
Thank you so much, Irv, and I hope I'll see you soon.
All right. You too.
Bye.
Bye.